and hopefully it'll lead to similar gatherings in other parts of the country. Now, we all love an upbeat story, particularly one that involves beating the recession, and such is the case with Ballykelly GAA Club in County Kildare, who built a new facility which won it the accolade of best grounds. They've also been blazing a trail with their ladies football team. Mary Fanning paid them a visit.
Ballykelly GAA Club was founded in 1953. For many years, this ground served their teams. As they increased in size, an offer for their ground was made. They accepted, moved very quickly, beat the recession, and this is the result. Their new ground is the Stephen O Rourke Memorial Park, generally recognised as the best GAA training facility in Leinster.
The deal was done and the money was in the bank on the 7th of March 2007, and by September everybody knows what happened. The bubble had burst, so we were lucky from that point of view. We just got in at the end of it. So you see here today, it cost 2.4 million, and what we got for down the road was we'll have a couple of 100,000 still left in the bank. What made it happen is the members of the club. The members of the club, initially when this started, we called it EGM, and we got permission from the members of the club. We made sure that everyone was behind it.
To celebrate their opening, Kildare and Sligo went to battle in one of their 3 all-weather pitches, one of them dedicated exclusively to their ladies' team. But the story began many years ago. Ballykelly was active in the mid-30s, revived in 1953 and took 2 intermediate championships, rose to senior status but became plagued with emigration, robbing them of star players.
It's a different type of football now. So all speed, training, that time you took your man. I stood on the 7 on the square. I was full back. And I always had 3 words when I went out. I raised my cap and I blessed myself. And I'd say to whoever was on, thou shalt not enter.
The new clubhouse proudly displayed the memories of yesteryear for those surviving, looking back at their glory days, when you stayed saving hay into the twilight hours in order to tog out for an important fixture. Things were very different.
You went out and you hope you have a good crew of guys out there, like, to train. Who trained them? Some fella volunteered. If some of the guys were in the army, they were usually pretty good at PE. They did it. If that guy wasn't there, someone else just simply stood in. There was no such thing as these professional guys that they have now. So you were depending on the guys, to just put in a good session. And of course the training was different. Running around the field was mainly what it was, And at the end of that then, you divided up whatever was there into 2 teams and you could play football. And that was the extent of it.
Ballykelly's name was firmly on the map during those championship success days, and their star, the late Shaney Harrison, became a bit of a legend. A tour de force with Ballykelly, Leinster and Ireland. Forced to emigrate, he joined Kildare's Round Towers club there, played for London and was Sports Star of the Week in London on several occasions. So how would he view this spectacular leap for his old club?
Oh, today he'd be excited. He'd absolutely adore it. He really would. He'd love to see that the lads have done so well, and the pitch, and with the like of those lights up there. I mean, that would be out of this world for Ballykelly. Towards the days of when they were down at the railway and in the ditch taking off their clothes and all that stuff.
Equality and respect for their ladies is a cornerstone of this small rural GAA club in Kildare. The Stephen O Rourke Memorial Park boasts the first dedicated pitch for the ladies and 2 specially designed dressing rooms. At one stage in their recent history, 6 of their players were called up for their county.
Well, we were the first ladies that were chosen to represent the club at the county level. And ladies football at the time was getting a lot of publicity because it was a really fast-growing sport. And it just raised the profile of the club because it was such a small little club, little country club, and it was just on the outskirts of the town. So then once we got to county, it kind of raised the profile of the ladies team, and it gave us a hand in getting sponsorship and getting things like that for the women in the club.
Ballykelly is fielding teams as young as under 6. County players join in training the underage, and that community approach, that mehel, is synonymous with the club, where the ethos is reap the reward but sow the seed back in.
Yeah, I started out coaching, it must be about 6-7 years ago. So I was about 18 when I started training the girls, and I started training the under 12s girls, and a lot of those girls are actually playing on our senior team now at the moment. So our cycle of generation of players is catching up and make me feel old.
Some would say football isn't a girls' game, and as you watch Sligo warming up for their men's match, you'd wonder how the local club in Kildare attracted so many women to their ranks.
Well, it's never been an issue. Gender. It's been whether you've been a footballer or not. That's really what it's all about, football here, whether or not you're man or woman. We've always had equal, and it goes to show we have our own pitch, we have our own dressing rooms, we have our own rights here. It's fantastic, the facilities here now today.
These are the men who laid the ground, who fought the battles, who started a legacy handed down through the generations. As they received their honours, the youngsters with their parents looked on.
I was brought down here by my older brother, you know what I mean, when I was about 5 or 6. From that, and meeting the same guys every week, family, friends, you know what I mean. It's just a great social thing, you know what I mean. Keeps you fit. It's great. It's absolutely brilliant.
The substitute, Derek McCormack. It's McCormack. Snappy shot. Good accuracy. Nice point. Great substitution for Porrick.
For me, I just love playing the game. You know, I just love getting out onto the pitch and getting a ball over the bar, winning a match, winning a league or championship, and I just think it's a great feeling.
Ballykelly's underage commitment will secure its future. The club has become a focal point in a community that is a busy commuter town. It opens doors, forges friendship, and integrates newcomers into its sporting family. They even let the soccer players into their AstroTurf facilities. County teams use it now as their training grounds. All started by a handful of tough, committed men in 1953. They paved the way, and the present generation took up the mantle and secured the future.
Well, we think it's the Croke Park of Leinster, yeah. We're rightly proud of it. Our old pitch down there had a canal end and a railway end, same as Croke Park, but this facility we consider to be the Croke Park of Leinster.
Now we take